Um, so good morning, everybody. It is now about 3 in the morning. I'm covering my third shift. Um, Most of the guests are asleep right now, as is usually the case. I don't really get much. A big old flying bug. Mm-mm. I don't get much request during this time, during this shift. So this is usually the time that I use to work on some of my personal projects, whether it's for my business or it's just for my personal development. Once my official paperwork gets done for my job, I use this time to do any writing that I want to do, any journaling that I want to do, any listing any ideas that I have, goals, um, tasks, to do lists. I mean, there is all kinds of feature creatures crawling on me out here. It's because these bright lights, so they're attracted to that. But sorry. Um, or get any reading done in my favorite book that I'm reading. So that's pretty much what I use this time for. And of course, like most people, when you have a lot of time on your hands, you tend to think a lot. And so I was sitting here thinking, and I was thinking about um, just instances that I know of um, where I'm speaking of women. We as women sometimes are very judgmental of one another, and without having any really foundation for it, the judgment. And I'm not sure really what that stems from. I have some ideas, but I was just thinking that during this time in life, it's so important for women to stick together as much as possible. You know, you may have your relationship or whatever. At the end of the day, we are emotional creatures. We experience a lot more emotionally than biologically men do. And so we can relate on a certain level that the next male won't be able to, per se. And so it's important to have, you know, and cherish and grab holds of those female relationships. And we shouldn't be judgmental of one another. We shouldn't be quick to come to a conclusion about the next person, automatically sizing up the fact that, oh, she has an attitude, or I don't like the way she is, da 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 da. Because what I have found um, in congregating and getting to speak with a lot of women, because that's what I do, I have found that there's a story behind every young or older woman that is the cause or the reason for their demeanor. And sometimes, if we take the time out and to not be so judgmental, and we take the time to honestly and sincerely hear their story and hear them out, I'm almost confident your attitude towards their attitude would gravely change, because now you understand that this is from a place, you know, and sometimes I've found that after hearing a fellow sister's story, I'm like, well, dang, if that was me, I'd be way, way worse than what you're doing right now, or way worse than what I thought she was originally. And I mean that as far as the attitude, or she's very defensive, or there's always a reason. There's always a story. There's always a cause. There's always a root to why anyone, not just women, anybody, but I'm speaking, right now to the women. There's always a reason. And if we take that time out to sincerely, humbly want to know another female, build a relationship, build a bond, you will find that there's no room for judgment. There's no room for judgment. There's no reason for judgment. And and sometimes the very thing that we pinpoint in another person, we notice it not because we're just good at deciphering other people's attitudes and motives. It's because it's usually a like spirit. It's usually a familiar spirit. Your spirit recognizes this trait in another person because you possess the very same trait. I know you might not want to hear that, but that's usually the case. So whenever you look at another woman and let's say in a not so positive manner and you find yourself judging their personality or whatever it is, one, take the time to get to know that woman. And maybe if you care enough, which I feel you should, um, maybe get a chance to understand where she is coming from. And two, take a second to see if the very thing you're pointing out on that next sister, if it's not something you yourself are guilty of being or doing. You might be surprised. So, along with all the many things that have crossed my mind and ideas and thoughts and tasks that I've been doing tonight, that was one of them, and I just wanted to take this 9 minutes or so to share that with you guys. And I'm assuming most of you are asleep. I didn't want to do a live. I don't know. I don't know about lives. I like lives. I do. But usually when I'm talking, I have a train of thought. I have something that I really want to say and I want to stay on point with it. And then if it's on live, I get distracted by the comments and I'm reading the names and I want to give you a shout out and I just get all thrown off course. So it's just easier for me sometimes to just do a video and post it. And if you're interested, you can click on and listen. But again, I hope everybody had a wonderful evening. I hope you're getting a night of rest. And for those that are heavy at heart, heavy in spirit, deep in thought, may God grant you the peace to still find rest in these still moments at night amidst all the stress and pain and things that are possibly going on in your lives. I sincerely, sincerely desire that for each and every one of you. So have a good night. God bless. And hopefully, God willing, we can convene again tomorrow or later. All right. Bye-bye.